Work day. He promised quite a bit on day one, and he is delivering, signing 17 executive orders, proclamations, and memorandum, reversing what aides describe as damage done by President Trump, taking action on everything from immigration to COVID to climate. Back in the Oval Office, this time behind the resolute desk, Joseph R. Biden taking immediate action as our 46th president, rejoining the World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Accord, mandating mask use, promoting diversity. During a time like no other, in the midst of a pandemic after an insurrection at the Capitol, tradition and American institutions prevailed on this Inauguration Day.
Today, we celebrate the triumph not of a candidate, but of a cause. The cause of democracy.
President Biden promised to serve those who supported him and those who did not, noting the challenges ahead.
A raging virus, growing inequity, the sting of systemic racism. Are we going to step up, all of us? For there is so much to do.
Amazing grace.
The president full of hope the country can come together.
We must end this uncivil war that pits red against blue.
After a military review, the three former presidents who attended the ceremony joined President Biden and Vice President Harris for a wreath laying at Arlington National Cemetery. Donald Trump notably absent at the start of a new chapter for our country.
The American story depends not on any one of us, not on some of us, but on all of us, on we the people.
And still to come, the new White House press secretary is holding her first briefing this evening. Also, the president and vice president will be making remarks during the Celebrating America inaugural event tonight. Ed, back to you.
Erica, Terrence Hell live in our newsroom right now. Thank you. Our coverage continues with our political reporter, Sharman Saketi. She's live at the State House with reaction from the Massachusetts congressional delegation tonight. Sharman?
And Ed, to begin with, here at the State House, there is a police presence, but all remains peaceful and quiet. Meantime, in Washington, local lawmakers say they are ready to get to work under a Biden administration. Gaining control of the pandemic and reviving the economy, top priorities among Massachusetts lawmakers embracing President Biden's agenda.
It's a moment of hope, great hope.
Senator Ed Markey says he's glad President Biden is signing executive orders to reverse President Trump's legacy on climate, immigration, and the pandemic.
He is going to be talking about rolling back the Trump anti-environmental agenda, anti-immigrant agenda, anti-healthcare agenda.
Local lawmakers echoing President Biden's calls for unity.
When Washington is in gridlock, it hurts families like the one I grew up in, right? If they can't afford their life-saving medication, if they don't have access to health care.
They want to see us first and foremost crush this virus. So we need to ramp up the supply of vaccinations.
Congressman Bill Keating sharing this photo with Massachusetts National Guard troops in D.C. He says a focus needs to be on security, adding jump-starting the economy and slowing the virus are also major issues.
We need unity attacking this pandemic as if it was a war. We need unity around putting small businesses in our economy, curbing unemployment.
And Senator Markey also reiterating his call for President Trump to be tried and convicted for his role in the Capitol riot. He's saying that he believes he should be barred from holding future office. We're live here in Boston. Sharman Saketi, WCVB NewsCenter 5.
Sharman, thank you for that. Vice President Harris showing little girls everywhere. This is a country of possibility. She says she may be the first woman in that office, but she certainly will not be the last, she says. NewsCenter 5's Rondella Richardson live in Roxbury with some great reaction, Rondella.
Maria, there was serious content gleaned from today's presidential inauguration. To have our country's, as you said, first black, South Asian woman vice president, it's like giving souped-up superpowers to an entire generation.
All girls have girl power, and that's how she got into that.
Sometimes it's hard to know what speaks to a second grader until you hear from the girls at Mission Grammar School watching the inauguration.
It made me feel good that a black woman was vice president because it just made me feel like I belong.
Social justice part of the daily curriculum. I asked them, what's the lesson on this day?
Love your skin color and be who you want to be.
And you can be 7.5 years old and wear pearls.
It makes me more involved and excited. So maybe I could be one of the vice presidents or presidents, maybe when I grow up. I just have to work hard. I want to be just like her.
VP Kamala Harris in pearls, her style since joining sorority Alpha Kappa Alpha. Pearls are empowerment for those headed to recess.
Last week, we had to have a conversation about the violence that happened in the Capitol, so it was a moment of joy for all of us to see democracy come back into office.
Representation matters, and that has been the most rewarding opportunity of today, is to see people that look like our scholars, women of color in the White House.
And for this Catholic school in Roxbury Crossing, they're also very proud to have the first Catholic president in Joe Biden since JFK. That's not lost on them. It wasn't said today, but I'm sure the homework is go home and be great. Live in Boston, Rondella Richardson, WCVB, NewsCenter 5.
Yes, it is, Rondella, and they are on their way to doing that. Kamala Harris's husband also flipping gender norms as the nation's first second gentleman. That is the title that he has chosen. That's the title he will carry. Doug Emhoff is an entertainment lawyer who quit his law practice to avoid a conflict of interest. He's 56 years old. He is currently on the faculty of Georgetown Law.
Plenty of star power on hand today. Lady Gaga with a stirring rendition of our national anthem. Jennifer Lopez performing a medley of patriotic songs that included This Land Is Your Land, and country superstar Garth Brooks performing Amazing Grace.